production, doing too little. So,
Hell yeah.
been
That's
working
all.
on a TV show, babysitting a TV show,
Okay.
long drives. You know how the LA is. LA is about driving places, and I got one of the longest commutes. So I'm going from where where I live over here in Redondo, Torrance area, and I got to
Yeah.
pass Magic Mountain.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that is a ways, dude.
Yeah,
Especially in traffic and shit.
I
That's no
got
joke.
usually one way is going to be without traffic, and one way is going to be with a little bit of traffic. But nowadays, Bobby, you can watch TV on your phone. So if there's a game going on or something like that, or
Hell yeah.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has a marathon going on, I don't got to worry about it. I can just drive for an hour and a half and chill.
Yeah, hell yeah. Real Housewives, huh? I'm sure that's not what you're watching.
No, but that's why Bobby got so bad with fantasy football. I was just getting pissed about fantasy. That's what I
Yeah.
started. That's what I started doing at the end. I started turning on fantasy. I turned on Real Housewives. For I just wouldn't think about football. And should I get
Yeah.
no? But yeah, no, I didn't watch it really for content. I did it because my fantasy team was getting their ass kicked, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, it's funny. We did one through Show Ready through here with like beer and fucking I think Tucker was in on it. There was a few other guys. There's probably like 10 of us or something. And I just let my kid run my page, dude, because he's like all up on the stats and everything now. And we actually did pretty good. We were good up until like the end of the season when we stopped like kind of giving a fuck, you know?
Who
Like
won
that's
your
the thing. I think God, it was Kyle and I want to say it wasn't Stelmark. It might have been Tucker. I think it was Tucker
Oh,
at the
Tucker.
end.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can see Tucker
Yeah.
doing that. He doesn't do nothing at work all day. He's got time to play fucking fantasy sports all day, like probably 30 teams.
Right.
Yeah, he don't work.
No, it's crazy. So,
No offense, Tucker, but
but it was crazy because I think it was something like I won it the first year that we did it, and none of those guys fucking paid me. So this year I'm waiting for them to hit me up for the money. I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you."
no. That's why I don't want to play. That's why I don't want to play either. They want to take the money. They don't want to pay it.
Right.
Little kids.
Well, it's fucking. This is awesome, dude, to be live on YouTube with you, dude. Like, it's
It's
fucking pretty
different.
cool.
That's different. I'm
This
so far away.
we're setting some history records here on fucking Show Ready. So this is our first live stream ever. Trying to get fucking Kyle up on this, but he's fucking busy as hell. So
Have you heard from him? Did you hear from
no,
him?
man, I didn't hear from him, so I don't know.
Uh, he's busy as
Busy,
hell. Leave it at that. We'll
yeah,
leave it at that. He's busy as hell. He's got 2 babies, so
yeah. No, it's crazy, man. When you're in that new dad mode, it's fucking good luck, you know. Like just keep your head above water and try to stay sane, not like freak out.
I freaked out. Believe me, I didn't do good. I
Did
didn't do
you?
good. I freaked out, Bobby. I freaked out. So, uh, Kyle, whatever you gotta do, don't freak out. Dude,
Yeah.
don't be like
No
me.
shit.
Don't be like me, please.
Yeah.
Stay the way you are. Don't talk to none of us and do good.
Yeah, no, it's an everyday battle, man, with that shit. Even now, like now that my kids are a little bit older, you know, like it's fucking nonstop. And you know
I
it.
hear from Kyle when he's on a job site because we have mutual friends out there, and so he'll call
Mhm.
me because I know someone from LA is out in Atlanta. So he'll say, "Hey, this person's here," and he'll just kind of like he'll do that kind of thing. So that's when I hear from him and stuff.
Okay.
So about every month and stuff.
Okay. Well, that's better than me and him talk, I guess, once a week or something like that. Normally, we have been lately, but then we'll go like a fucking 6 months without talking to each other too.
Yeah, he does that.
It happens, dude.
He
Yeah.
does that. He's like Wes. He's like Wes like that. He can go a while.
Yeah, dude, your room looks awesome, man. All this is it. You've been collecting for a while, then, huh?
I've been a nerd. Yeah, well, since I was a kid, Bobby. Bobby, this wall kind of reflects me stuck in like a time warp in like 1985, probably 84, 85, probably. I probably have Arrested Development from around then and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
everything was kind of like when the pandemic hit, I kind of went through the everyone went through the garages and through their shit, because you had time to kind of like look at shit,
Yeah.
and I found a lot of shit that was kind of like time capsuled in the garage, so
That's
like
badass, dude.
like even that one, I don't know that one there. That one was a fucking just an old All Star game ballot
Oh, nice.
and shit like that, fucking hurt that you would get, fucking just when they hand you up and down the aisles at the fucking All Star game, but it was '83. It's like that. It's all fucking, moth eaten, kind of like, just looks fucking. It just looks cool, with Gillette sponsored it and shit like that, fucking.
Really?
But
That's awesome,
it's
man.
got some of the old school names on it, so it's fucking got Lopes, Garvey,
And
and
you
shit like that.
framed it?
I framed it just because it looks fucking cool and it fucking all beat up and
Yeah.
rat's assed and I like skating. I had a half pipe in my backyard when I was a kid.
Yeah. Is that one of your original decks? Is that a
No,
PAL?
these are just boards that all my Bobby. If you're a good skater or like I skated, so I broke most of my boards. I wasn't able to keep
Right.
most of my boards were not salvageable. These
Yeah.
are
No, I have one.
yeah. You probably really shouldn't,
Yeah.
or it should be torn to shreds. I use my board and shit. And I had a half pipe, so at one point I had like 30 boards. Because
No shit. Really?
I had a half pipe, Bobby. So if you wanted to skate the ramp, you had to pay me $20, or I'd tell kids, "Give me your skateboard. Your mom and dad will buy you a new one." So they had skateboards because they wanted to ride the ramp and shit. So I had
Yeah.
all the boards. I let them ride the board until they got a new one, and so but that was my board after that, because you didn't, had to have some sort of thing.
That's
I
badass.
had so many kids ride the ramp. I didn't get to ride it as much as I'd like to, like
Yeah.
at times, but so I got something out of it.
Was that in Redondo at the time or like where?
Right in the backyard, right here, Bobby.
Right at your house. That's badass. The
Right in
house
the
you're
back,
living in now.
on the other side of the wall over there. There's a part of the backyard that it was just big enough back then to put in a ramp, with a bunch of little kids. We're eighth graders. I got in trouble for stealing a car with Wes. We just got in trouble. We just got in trouble for taking a car. I should say stealing. We were joyriding.
You borrowed it. Borrowed a
Yeah,
car.
was joyriding a 1969 Mustang with a Boss Mustang.
Oh damn, that's
Like
badass.
I was drunk with about 6 kids. And my mom caught up to us, and she had an '82 Camaro with an Isky racing cam. So we had like a face off with all these little kids. We were teepeeing, Bobby. We went down. I'm all, "Hey, you want to teepee this person's house way down the street?" I'll drive. I'll take my dad's car and I'll drive us to go teepee and shit like that. None of this shit.
No way.
And I was drunk. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's do this." And then I was driving. We did it. And we were coming back, and my mom noticed the car was gone. Because my sister came home from partying. Sister was older. She noticed that the car was missing.
That was your mom's car? It was a 69 Boss Mustang?
My mom had the '69 Boss Mustang. Yeah.
Damn. That's a badass mom.
Yeah, right. At CB in it when I was a kid, dude. Yeah, she probably like early 80s. Yeah, it was badass, dude. And then
You
my
guys
sister.
talking shit on that CB? Like to
Oh, dude,
just
I was a little kid.
random
I get on
people?
that thing, go because you don't know you go break a breaker, all those little things. I watch trucker stuff. You don't have no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be fucking around with that thing all the time. So I'd go out there just to play with it, but you wouldn't get not much in this area. There's not many people on a CB.
Right.
Cruising through Torrance and shit like
Yeah.
that. You know.
Yeah, and the range probably didn't reach out to like any of the highways or anything.
No,
Or
it was barely. You barely got any return. You had to be on the freeway, and then mom and dad were in the car at that point.
yeah,
So kind of
you
useless.
can't start too much shit then, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah.
My sister had an '82 Camaro, and she worked for Iskandarian Racing Cams. So they put a racing cam in her car just
Holy shit.
for fun. So that was a car my mom dude. It was funny. Wes was like me, Sean Hicks, and Wes, and 4 girls in the back seat. And it's right down the street here too. It's funny, right down the street.
Yeah.
I'm coming out like by 7-Eleven, and she comes down the street, and I see her at 2 in the. It's 2 in the morning now, and we're just facing off like on opposite corners, Bobby. I'm not straight on from her, but I'm pretty close. Okay, Bobby.
Yeah.
I'm in the turn lane to turn left, and then the first right is into my neighborhood where she's right there. And I'm just it's right at Benella's Pizza where she's at, coming out of Benella's Pizza right there.
Okay.
And I'm all like, oh shit, I'm all that's my mom. And all the kids are like, what? And I'm gonna fucking do Wes dirty right now in this one, but Wes needs to be done dirty a little bit. So like, we're eighth graders, little kids, and I'm drunk. So I'm like, oh shit. And so I just punch it. And I go fucking run the red light, the turn light, and I go straight on the street. Like right down the back of my side of my street. And I just punch it. And I go as fast as I can. I turn into the first neighborhood, and there's like a horseshoe street right there. And I get to the part of the horseshoe, and I turn, and I drop off all the kids, and I say, "Go get out of here while you can." And then when they're all getting out, I told Wes, I said, "Wes, stay with me." I grabbed him by the car. I said, "Wes, stay with me." And he goes, "Okay." And he sat in the car, and like I said, Bobby, it's like a street like this, this you turn like that, and we got maybe 6 houses. Barely when I turned the corner away from from the other kids, he turned at me like crying, goes like, "Dude, let me out of the fucking car, let me out of the fucking car right now." And it was like, he didn't want to get in trouble, and so
How
I
old
needed
you
a
are?
partner in crime, but I had to let him out because he's basically fucking gonna cry on me and shit like
Yeah.
that. I had to fucking like let him out, and drive around. I drove around and I didn't know what to do. I'm a little eighth grader driving around in a car caught. Don't know what to fucking do and shit. And I ended up going home. My mom fooled me. She parked down the street and I come in the house and she came out of one room and she knocked me because I walked right in the door and I thought no one was here. And she just fucking came out of one room and hit me. And I don't know if you call it lucky, but I got my bicycle stolen that night. So I
Oh no
said,
shit.
and it was in March. This is March. And I got that bicycle in December for Christmas. And it was a real nice bike. And so I said, I got my bike stolen. I panicked. Shit like that. Like, I went looking for my bike. You know?
So
I
you
kind
had wits back then too. You knew what the fuck you to
yeah,
say
I
or
kind of
do.
got to look for my bike at 2 in the morning with a whole bunch of kids. Shit like that. And then I just grabbed my skateboard, Bobby, and I ran out the house because I said I got to go do my paper route because I had to go do my paper route.
Oh
I
shit.
yeah, took my skateboard and didn't have a bike. Didn't have a bike. Got caught taking a car. Yeah, Wes's mom. Yeah, Wes's mom.
Badass car. Did that thing have a V8 in it? I mean, they didn't
Oh
build
yeah,
one
yeah.
like back there and back
It,
then unless it did.
it was a six. I think it was a six. Might have been eight. So I can't remember. It might have
Okay.
been a six. It was
I doubt it.
it was
I bet
gnarly,
you it was
Bobby.
an eight
It
cylinder.
was gnarly. It had a fucking vinyl top on it. It was maroon with a vinyl top. It was a badass motherfucker. I don't want to tell you a bad story about that car. I fucking traded that car for a Nintendo when I was a kid. After that,
What?
don't even go there, Bobby. I didn't even know it was a boss. Didn't even know it was a boss must. Didn't know it was a boss Mustang. My friend traded me for a fucking Nintendo because that's when fucking Mario Brothers came out, and I wasn't able to drive that car yet because I'm not 16. So really.
Oh my god.
And the guy comes over, drops a battery in it, starts it up, and drives off. Still one of the worst days of my life.
So what did your parents say to that?
My
Like,
dad should have stopped him, but my dad just taught me a hard lesson that day and going like, you want to be a man and fucking make your
yeah,
mistakes.
dude, that's crazy.
Learn the hard way kind of thing.
Yeah. Holy shit.
That guy traded
Is
it.
that guy still around, or do you know?
That guy died a long time, not a long time ago, but a while ago.
Karma's a bitch. I don't
Yeah,
really
but
believe in
but
karma.
Bobby, he found out. We didn't know his boss Mustang. I didn't know. He didn't know until he traded it for a fucking VW Bug. And when the guy fucking registered it from that, it came back that it was a Boss Mustang. So he learned after trading it for a Bug, it was a Boss. So at least he got a Bug for a Boss. I got a fucking I got a Nintendo fucking 64, dude. I got a Mario
Yeah.
Brothers. I gotta play Mario Brothers.
Damn, dude.
Like I
Did
was
you
late.
even get like? Didn't they do the combo back then? It was like Duck
Dude,
Hunt and
Bobby, the very first one when it came out, I wanted to play Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Okay, that's what it fucking was. All right, that's what it comes down
fucking
to.
badass game, dude.
I wanted to play Mike Tyson Punch Out, and I wanted to play Mario Brothers. That was it. Because I was late
Hell
to the
yeah.
game. I was an Atari kid that played video games. I stole money to play fucking video games at the arcades because home video games sucked for our generation. And so like
Yeah.
that, no Pong and shit. Fuck, I don't want to play that kind of shit. So I didn't like the first video games on the home consoles. So I wanted to
No,
steal.
they suck,
I
dude.
want to go to the
Yeah.
arcade, have a life size machine, and fucking play that fucker.
Yeah.
I like the arcades too. I like being a big man. They all knew that you're the best on that machine and shit like that. You want to get. Yeah, that's my high
Did they
school.
have the arcade at the Redondo Pier? I know we're getting real local to Redondo, but
I used to
like,
go there, but we had. I live right across the street from the Old Town Mall, so
okay,
had the Castle. Back in the day, there was one called the Castle, and that was killer. Then we had one called Timeout, and it was not as good. But the Castle was. And then we had, dude, like the typical old '70s movie, dude. The arcades with kids going. There was those and shit like that down the way and stuff
really,
like that. So you'd go to the arcades and you had to deal with these older kids and shit like that. If you wanted to fucking, they're fucking out there smoking, fucking looking like fucking Kelly Leak and Bad News Bears and shit, like fucking. You had to deal with those motherfuckers. But if you're good at a
yeah,
video game, it's like fuck it, I'll go beat your ass at Missile Command. You know,
that's fucking awesome, dude. God, man,
a lot of money stolen. Unfortunately,
yeah. Oh,
from
sure,
my parents always. I didn't get it. But that's when
yeah,
a quarter would get you a candy bar, a Slurpee, and 2 video games. So that's fucking.
yeah,
But
dude.
also that dollar, I don't know how long they had to work for that dollar. Kind of fucked him over, but
Well, it's crazy, man. Like, it's even crazy to think about, like, just from when I was a kid in like the '80s, man. Like, shit was so much cheaper, but like my first job I made $5.25 an hour. And I worked my ass off, dude. Like,
that's 335 or 315. I think 315 might have been our fucking minimum wage. I think it was two ninety
really?
five, and it just went to like $3. And I was like, oh, thank God, I don't want to work for two something. And I was
Damn,
like,
dude.
I can at least work for three and a quarter.
You know
Yeah,
what I was doing for that money too? I was drilling holes in rock, dude. Like, but we got to blow it up with dynamite at the end of the day. It was the most redneck shit ever, dude. Like, it was awesome, man. My grandfather was a fireman. And then, like firemen always have like a part-time gig, like a landscaping, whatever, like, because the dudes only work 3 or 4 days a week or something like that.
oh yeah, yeah.
They have all this free time. And so a lot of them have second jobs, and it's not like a high paying job, but he got into like road construction. But road construction in the Rocky Mountains is totally different, dude. Like, so, dude, I was driving a dump truck before I even had a license and shit, like a huge ass dump truck and like huge excavators and shit like that. He would make me like walk, the excavators don't go very fast, dude, like maybe
Yeah, yeah.
5 miles an hour. So he would make me like walk it up a road, and I fell asleep behind the thing one time. I ran into this power line. Like,
Dude.
they're dangerous as fuck, dude, but so much fun.
But you learn how to fucking deal with it, right, Bobby? You can't
Oh
be a
yeah.
dumbass. Can't be a dumbass. You're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
But they
Taught me
trusted you
work
more.
ethic, man.
They trusted you more not to be so. I don't know. When I was 5, my grandpa, even out here, my grandpa fucking threw me in his garage and said, "Here's the bandsaw. Here's some wood. You know, have at it." And shit like that,
Right.
and would leave and shit like that. And you're sitting there with a drill and drill press and a bandsaw, and so you're supposed to make something out of nothing and
Don't
shit like
fuck
that.
yourself up. Yeah.
Don't fuck yourself. I seen him hit himself with a hammer. Then have to take that thumb and go right into the drill press.
Oh yeah.
And drill his thumb. I still won't do that, Bobby, because I've seen him do that. I still won't like release the pressure.
No, I'll let that bitch be
I,
black for a month, dude. I look like a goth kid, like fuck it.
my grandpa would just fucking nope. I'm like, what the fuck? They're just different breed. They're a different.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. My grandfather, when we did that, he was really cool, man. Like, he showed me how to do it one time, but he made it look easy, right? Because it was a air compressed trailer that you would run a hose to like a jackhammer. It's a jackhammer, but it's a drill. And you would start, the thing weighed probably 100 pounds, dude. Like, and you would start with like a 2 foot steel that would come out of it. It was a 2 foot drill bit, and you drill down with that, and then you'd have to pull it out of the hole and change the drill bit to like put the new drill bit in, and it was like a 6 foot, and then I think we had an 8 foot or something like that. So I was just yoked by the end of that. I was like, dude, covered in dust. You had to wear goggles and a fucking mask and shit. But then at the end of the day, it was the best because it was just me and him, like in the middle of the woods, right? Like building these subdivision roads. And we'd stuff all the dynamite. You had to put like the primer in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we clip it all together. and then we would take fertilizer like Perel and pour it down the hole. And I was always I was not good with like any sort of fireworks or anything like that, dude. Like if you asked me to build a bonfire, it was going to be the biggest fire you ever seen, dude. Like I was a pyro for being like raised by firefighters, right? So like
I was
he
pyro too, Bob.
he would like, okay, go Perel all those holes now. So I'd pour like a little extra in there from what like the Dixie cup or whatever. Like it was so like redneck science, right? And then he would go block one side of the road and I'd go block the other, and we'd just hope that like nobody was like hiking back here or whatever. I mean, it was private property, but fucking, and then he would hit the blast button or whatever. No, we were actually, you would cut fuse, and the longer you cut the fuse, the longer, I mean, obviously the longer it burned, but like there was like a mathematical equation to it, right? So, dude, you would see boulders that were like, I don't know, the size of fucking half of a car, you know, just careening through the air, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, you loaded that one too heavy." I was like, "Fuck, I guess I did." Like, I used to get in trouble all the time, but yeah, man, good times,
That's
fucking
awesome.
crazy. Yeah, and then from there, I went to work in a sawmill because the guy paid me more, but he had like hardly any fingers, man. Like all of his fingers were like fucking pretty
Gone.
much cut off, and he had no like feeling in them. So, dude, he'd be like grinding a bolt with like a bench grinder, and you would see his hand smoking because we were constantly fixing this equipment. And fucking, I'd be like, Jason, your hand's on fire. He's like, or he'd hand it to me, or like, fucking, that's hot, you know, like.
Dude,
He just had no feeling in his hands because they'd been so fucked up, man. It's
dude,
crazy.
that's not the expertise
Different
you want.
world.
That's not the experience you want. That's not what you're looking for. You know,
Yeah. So going
don't worry
into the
about it.
rock
I
and
can't feel it
roll
right now.
unsafe world that I went into, it was, or staging, you know, it wasn't that bad. Like I was like, well, I've seen way worse.
Oh, these guys are babies, dude. I deal with little kids that are babies now.
Yeah.
So it's a different world out there, Bobby.
Yeah. How is it in LA, man? Like, are the guys, have you seen like a big turnover? And like,
There's a
'cause
big
back
turnover,
when I used to work with you, everybody was pretty solid, man. Like,
big turnover, and you got good, solid guys. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of them now. You know, so like
yeah.
any industry, you know, you got your good and your bad stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
But is there like a ton of new people, or some of those like old families still around and shit?
a lot of them left after the pandemic. Then the strike is not coming back as quickly as people wanted. You know, just because producers I think are mad, so they're not just fucking coming back with all, you know, they
Right.
made shit, you know, they made content that, you know, they have stuff now, so I don't think they're not in a rush. And so some people are hurting for work and stuff like that, you know, so you got to you get your crews now, you know what I mean? Before, like, it
Mhm.
might be so much work, the crew might be dissipated, that you might get a few new guys trying to be eager to latch on, and then, you know, you kind of want that, you know. Right now you got a
Right.
lot of guys that have already been entrenched in the position, so they might be kind of complacent because you know, because
Yeah.
you know you're stuck in you're set in your position. You know, you're not going nowhere, and stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah. So are you pretty much just doing film now, or are you doing any other like one-off type shit?
I
Is it?
really know. I try to get on a show and stay on a show. Now
Yeah.
instead of just doing one and trying to do like 6 shows a year, that type
Yeah.
of thing. You know, that way it's like, you know, this one is 2 months, so it's like, you know, there's a 4 week load in, Bobby, with no all
Holy
access,
shit.
no all access gear, and then 11 days of pure filming. Like right now, they're dating in pods right now. That's my day off, so I go back tomorrow. And they continue dating. In 11 days, these people will fucking date and then propose in a matter of 10 days without seeing them.
Oh my god, dude.
Called
That's
Love is Blind.
crazy.
Called Love is Blind. So they go meet these people. They go in pods and they talk. And we just got, you know, we're just sitting. You saw that thing. We just have the controls.
Yeah.
So we're just sitting there watching all the girls that have like trying to obviously be on OnlyFans because they're just, you know, spreading it out. There's 3 cameras in those pods, and they're just all drinking and getting loose, and I said it should be called Love Is Blind, but I could see your mama. Yeah, but that'd be a better, to have someone like
Yeah.
me go in, have me go in for my son and meet them all, instead of and see if they're okay for my son,
Wow,
stuff like
that's
that.
crazy.
But it's a weird concept, okay, buddy. So it's just,
Yeah.
and they're all from
Yeah,
a
it's crazy, man. They have some crazy concepts, and it's like if somebody ever pitched one of those things to me, I would tell them that they're out of their mind that anybody would watch it. But what do I fucking know? You know?
This one is so crazy. We're doing a changeover. All access, the first all access gear I'm going to see in 2 months is coming in, for we can do a small little audience for when they have this reunion. Like from seasons past. Like they show how it goes. And stuff like that.
Okay.
See if the people are still together and how it went and stuff like that. But they're bringing in super fans
Mm,
because these people are so nuts for the show, I guess. So.
really?
Yeah, like I said, they got to bring him in because all these fans are super fans. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's another week worth of work. So it's
Yeah.
another, and then it's 3 levels of audience. So it goes from 18 inches to like 54 inches, and just 3 level changes. So it's pretty easy. I got 8 guys and all this, in 4 days to do that.
Yeah. Do you
So
get bored out there at all? Like, it's just fucking. Are you there
Bobby,
like
Bobby,
all day, all week?
I'm a degenerate gambler, and mostly on these cards. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, and there's a saving grace out there. There's a spot out in the studio I get no reception, but in their studio I get Wi-Fi. So I've been spending way too much money chasing cards lately on apps. So I get bored that I just buy shit. I spend money buying, like, chasing shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, and I missed a big one, Bobby, because I didn't want to spend $375 last week. I fucking missed a $20,000 card.
What?
Yeah, there was a big break I was in. I had the top team. I was gonna buy both. But I was like, I got to get outside because I can't spend no more money, because I was just sitting there, dropping, But I was like, but when you have a chance to get the pole position in a race, you kind of get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes they take like a random chance at a wheel to get the best team. This one, like, you got to pick it. You have to pay your price, but you got to pick it. So I was like, oh, I should have did that, and I didn't. I went with the bet. I fucked up. I fucked up. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to
So
spend the money the next day, no matter what. I was still going to spend the money. So I was just trying to reason with myself to not spend more, like a dumbass, and talk myself out of a big hit,
okay.
big, like probably the number 2 hit in the product, type of situation.
Wow, dude, there's so much to that, man. I've learned a lot through you and watching your channel, like Granddaddy Rips, dude. It's fucking cool watching you guys, open packs of cards and do blaster boxes and that sort of thing. And like my kid's gotten super into it, So he's teaching me all kinds of sort of shit, but like he just watched guys, there's guys that rip cards like every day. It's
Every
insane.
day for hours, dude. That's what I try to do, and I try not to get in, but I can't. Like this morning, I said I'm not gonna do it, not gonna do it. I didn't even get out of bed, and I had bought one. Okay, didn't even get out of fucking bed, and I bought one. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I got the Dodgers. They suck in this break, but I make an excuse because they're fucking. I live in LA, so I got the Dodgers. It was meant to be. Nothing out of it, but just.
Yeah.
Then I'm up again later, changing wallet accounts, like to go fucking put the money in. So I did 2 or 3 today. I can't remember, Bobby. I did 2 or 3.
So
No,
what are you chasing like individual cards that you think are going to increase in value, or is it
what's this
are you
matter?
chasing boxes or
I'm
both?
chasing a product. I'm chasing a lot of times I'm chasing a product or chasing a player. That kind of thing. Right now I'm chasing baseball. I'm chasing
Okay.
like the up and coming prospects in baseball, and I'm hoping to land maybe on a Tom Brady baseball card.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot too. So that one's got my interest. So, but usually Tom Brady's go for a lot and they don't hit. So I've been like trying to get this guy called Wyatt Langford, and a guy for the Rangers, and a guy called Max Clark, trying to hit those guys, and been missing for the most part and shit.
Okay.
Bobby. So like,
So when you do that, are you buying a box and ripping packs to try to
no,
find it?
I'm getting
Or,
in breaks for guys with like ripping a case, and I'm buying like trying to buy the
oh,
team, like So that, like the other day, I got in a break, and the guys had a couple boxes, and I had the Royals, and this is a really good auto because they're to 25. If it's the right
okay.
player, it's a good auto. You know what I mean? Even a shit auto is probably 100, $200 and shit like that.
Okay.
But if it's the right guy, if it's a Wyatt Langford orange, 4 grand,
Damn.
and you could be in on that break for $80.
Oh, I
Okay.
see.
You know what I mean?
You're
So
buying into the box and then watching them rip it live.
yeah, and I'm trying to get some of the prospects.
Okay.
Either I'm spinning a wheel for randomizing to get a cheap value on one of those good teams and hoping I'll get a low value and I'll spin a random wheel and get that good team, or I'll just
Uh-huh.
spend a little more and try to buy that fucking team straight out and hope that that guy's in that box and
So,
check that.
like, if say you buy the Dodgers, any Dodger that you buy, or any Dodgers that they rip out of a blaster box or
Yours.
a mega box or whatever, or a case, it's yours then, huh?
All Dodgers are yours. Yeah, all Dodgers are yours.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
why if you really want to just go after a certain player or like you want Shohei's, you just buy the Angels and you buy and you just go after that, or you just buy the Rangers. You just try to hit that guy, and try to hit the best
Uh-huh.
guy and just try to keep, if you want him and shit. Or you take a chance. Or I'm a gambler, like I said. Or you take a chance at a wheel spinning randomly to land on the right team, and then randomly go into the box that they have selected and pull the right guy in that box that match up with that random wheel. And,
Yeah.
and it works, because I got a lot of orange autographs laying around here. They're just not the. I just keep missing the right fucking guys.
Yeah.
I have,
What
I've hit a couple, Bobby. I've hit a couple.
how do you know that these guys aren't like fucking you over too? I
No,
mean,
you're watching a break. You're watching a break and stuff like that. That don't do them
okay.
good. Don't do them any good. There are guys that have fucking done it, Bobby. They do a little sleight of hands, and
Uh-huh.
they take it off screen, and they've done that, and so the whole community kind of sees that and goes after them. And shit.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
happened.
I would imagine there's some shysters in it, especially, I mean, it really is gambling when it comes right down to it, man. It's like,
There's definitely shysters, Bobby. There's definitely shysters. You really got to try to find the platforms that got a following and reputation, and from there, if not, what are you gonna do? Just call somebody out, and then what are they gonna do? Just go out of business and take your shit. There you go.
right.
So you just got
Yeah.
fucked. Not
Yeah.
much to do.
Damn. So you
Like,
did, is that something that you can do daily and how do you do it?
Bobby,
Like,
you do it about a minute.
really?
Like right now, you go on an app, and there's like 12 channels running right now easily, running
So
30-second auctions, Bobby, for
damn.
teams.
And is this all through an app or is it like on
You
YouTube
go on
or?
Fanatics Live.
Okay.
Fanatics is one of the newer platforms. You go to Whatnot. You go into Instagram and find it on the lives for a lot of these guys, and they'll have it also on their Instagram lives.
Wow.
So you go to YouTube. YouTube's got a lot of breaker stuff on there and stuff. So what else? TikTok has got it. So they've gone to almost every platform and made it.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, man. Like, how do you guys go and find like, because what my kid has been doing lately is like he wants to find like a certain box, like a prestige box or something that they sell at like fucking Target or some shit because he saw it on some YouTube
Mm-hmm.
thing, and then we go there and there's fucking none, and he looks it up online and shit like to see if it's in the inventory, and like, and then we
Dude,
go
that's
to a
not.
card shop and you pay double for what it's actually worth to get the box. It's like,
You almost got to go talk to an employee there and ask him when the fucking delivery guy comes.
oh really? Like backdoor the shit, huh?
There's guys that are kind of gnarly that Bobby,
Uh-huh.
that were fighting over it. There's only like a limit at these targets and stuff, so they're just get it from a retail guy. So if he's got any friends,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean, he just says, "Hey, I'm fucking dropping off a Tuesday morning every morning at 9." And that's usually just to the back of the store. It's not even to the front. They kind of control their inventory that they put up front. So it could be some guys at Walmart, or
Yeah.
Target.
Well,
And
it's
then-
crazy because like anytime we go to that aisle to like check or whatever, because if we're going by, he's like, "Hey, Dad, can we stop?" I'm like, "Yeah." And sure shit, there's two or three people that are there just like looking, you know.
I always
Like
do it,
fuck,
Bobby.
nothing but Pokemans left, you know? Like,
I was so addicted to doing that. I was doing it last year, like on Thanksgiving, like driving all around LA,
really?
going to like Targets, every little thing. Just I went there, went to like an ice cream store. I came home. I looked like I said, looked like a 12-year-old. I had fucking baseball cards, football cards, ice cream. That was, and that was it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, what a day.
So
I
it's
watched.
been pretty cool because like some of the people that I've had on the Mountainside podcast, he's been able to get some autos from them on some of his cards, you know. Um,
That's
but I
cool.
don't know, are those even worth anything if it's not
Oh yeah,
like yeah.
oh yeah. You could still, and if someone decent, like that's got the value, you just send it into the grading. It's a real autograph. So they'll just verify it.
Okay.
And then that way you have the card. The same as the grading company, just more for almost like you don't got to say it's really. You don't want the grade of the card. You don't got to worry about that. But you can get the authentic autograph
Uh-huh.
verified and shit like that, or just fucking take a picture every time they get it. They're signing it for
Oh, okay.
them, and then just have the picture of fucking them signing it.
Yeah.
You can always be like, yeah, this is him. This is fucking what's the name signing this autograph right here. Shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because we've had it's been cool, like as some of these athletes come through, like especially the UFC guys, he's started collecting UFC cards
and those
and
are
he's
big,
got
dude.
yeah.
Simi Ballet Cards is Chris that works in the union. He's a rigger. Yeah, they all got like a gnarly collection of UFC. They got some pretty badass stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So any UFC stuff, ask them some questions. You know them all from dancing. They're all from on dancing.
He's got his Christian McCaffrey cards all lined up and shit. If Christian comes in, he's gonna be signing some fucking cards, hopefully.
That's awesome,
If he's
dude.
cool.
That
Yeah.
Hey, does Christian live out there still?
You know, I don't know. It's like the fighter that I had on tonight, Brandon Gertz, like Christian trains some MMA. And somebody that's become a friend through the Mountainside, Grant Neal, they used to play football together. And Grant was a badass, man. Like he played college down, I forget where, but he played all through high school with Christian. And he just got married this past year, and like Christian was his best man at his wedding.
That's
So
awesome.
they're fucking tight. So that's kind of my
Yeah,
connection to it. And so I hit Grant up and I was like, dude, I'd love to have Christian on the podcast. And he's like, he would love to do it. So I don't know. I haven't dug into it too deep, but I talk with Grant. Grant's fucking cool, man. He's fighting in Bellator MMA, and he's just a savage. He's a young dude. He fights like Jack Dempsey is like one of his like idols, Mike
that's awesome.
Tyson. And he's like the closest guy that I've seen to Mike Tyson since Mike Tyson. I mean, he's built like him, is just a savage, but is like uh, a smarter. I don't want to talk shit on Mike Tyson, but he's smarter. He's a smart fucking young man, dude.
That's
That is
awesome.
just a savage. He's definitely one to watch, man. It's like I will not miss one of his fights, especially now that I know him personally. And then Brandon Gertz, who I just had, and he's a veteran of Bellator of like 10 years. And same thing, dude. Like I've seen him fight with a hole the size of that Grateful Dead sticker, in the middle of his forehead. Just YouTube it, man. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah,
and these
yeah.
guys all train with Justin Gaethje, who is just when those guys fight, it's like watching cats fight, man. They're going in there. They're like true fighters. They're not playing like I mean, even though there's some technical like skill behind it, they're actual like fighters. They're going in there to kill somebody, dude. Like that's their mentality. So
Because my buddy I told you about as a fighter, dude, he's like, he wasn't. He's all that was the hardest part about being a fighter. He's all the hardest part is fighting at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. Is like being, he's all usually, when they get in fights, you gotta, they're organic. You get in a fight and shit like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But to like be prepared to like fight at a go time and be mentally there and shit like that. And
Yeah.
when he played football, he's like, nah, football is too physical a sport. I want to box instead. So, I think he hated more the practices, that type of
Dude,
shit.
it's a different level of commitment, I think, to be a fighter, man. It's crazy. But the NFL is different too, because like in the UFC, like Derek Wolf couldn't fight. Like he's too heavy, he's too big. Like they'd like break the cage, and like he still fucks around with MMA a little bit. And he just had like some world strongman. I forget the guy's name, but they were like going at it, dude. And it's some crazy video of them fucking getting after it, and they're just sparring a little bit and grappling, like.
That's awesome.
But I want to see that so bad. The closest thing that I've seen where there was like no weight limits is I got to know Scott Parker pretty well through the podcast, and he was involved in this, like, it's called Ice Wars. So it's hockey fights, but there's no like hockey involved. It's just fighting, dude.
Just
So the guys are in
on
full
ice.
skates, and they just go fucking sock it up for like 3 5-minute rounds or whatever, right? But dude, there was no weight limits, and it's like a King of the Ring type thing, right? So there was this giant Indian dude named Big Snake, dude, that was like fucking there, like straight off the res, and these guys all have like a hockey background, but then there was like there's some other dudes, that come from kickboxing that also have like a little bit of hockey like background and stuff.
Oh
But
yeah,
they're full helmets and everything. And it was crazy. No weight limits, dude. They broke the dasher boards, like all kinds of shit, dude. It was crazy. It
that
was,
is. I love it.
yeah. It's been crazy, man. So that, and then I've gotten into the bare knuckle shit a little bit too, because like Brandon Gertz that we just had on is fighting bare knuckle now, and the bare knuckle boxing is no joke, dude. Like,
Josh did that in Denver
oh really?
a few years
Oh,
ago.
is it Josh Copeland?
No, he did it a few years ago. It was
Okay,
Dempsey. His Dempsey.
okay.
He fights under Dempsey. It's Josh Dempsey.
That's awesome,
He
man.
fights under, but yeah, I think he had to go to Denver. I think he was in Denver is where he fought.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
He did.
Denver's pretty
Bobby,
relaxed
he
on
was
it.
40. He was 49 when he did that.
It's crazy,
His
man.
what? Like when you see training video of him and like Miami, still him and his wife fight. He's got his little daughter who's about 14 now. Oh, she's gonna be a monster. She's like boxing. Well, yeah. Wonder what's gonna happen to that girl. She's gonna be a monster
Wow.
and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, that's a different level, man. I wonder.
because he Bobby, he was a heavyweight champ in high school in California. He won the heavyweight title as a junior, and like second or third as a senior. Then he was so good at football, he got like scholarship offers to go. He played linebacker, Bobby, not even a lineman. He was so fast. He was a linebacker at 6'5", and shit like that. Then his first fight was at the Forum at 17. Because he was just kicking the shit out of every Samoan in the fucking area that was
Wow.
coming around. This little kid. They'd have fights at McDonald's, and he beat the fuck out of it. Whoever up there, dude. They had money fights, and he'd be just beating up people, dude. It was hilarious, dude.
Wow.
And then it just got to be like, throw him in the fights, and then Fox Sports hooked him up, and they took him up and had him beat up a whole bunch of people. He got to number 4 in IBF,
Really?
and then he went and did wrestling because he has a whole bunch of friends in that little thing. His name was Big Daddy Dumpster, and he wrestled. And then that's when Pride came. That's when Pride came out.
Oh, Pride was
And
badass,
he
dude.
did one of the first Pride fights in Japan. Where
Wow.
Crow Cop Mirko was on that card. Rampage was on the card. And I think Mirko was fighting Rampage that night. And my buddy Josh was banging Rampage's girl in the fucking locker rooms.
Oh man, that's
So
crazy.
then then he did his fight. And I came back and had to fight with Rampage in the law, got into with him after that, fucking like afterwards, like and shit, But that's
Yeah,
he's
a lot of guys don't.
we grew up with him, and he never did any drugs, never did do nothing growing up. Okay, he said right when he got off the plane, the Yakuza, the fucking the Japanese mafia grabbed him right when he got off the plane. They all grabbed him, took him with them. They called me Dempsey-san, Dempsey-san, Dempsey-san. Son. He said next thing you know, they gave him China White. So now he's fucking first drug he ever did was like China White, and shit there, and then whatever he wanted on the side. and stuff like that. So yeah, he said he didn't come home for 2 months, and when he did,
Wow.
he found out that girl was a guy. And shit, because his managers.
God, dude.
Yeah, because he's got a meat sock. So that's what it
Oh my
is.
God, dude. That's so horrible, man.
And
I
he tells
can't
the whole
take it,
story.
dude.
He tells the whole story like he's
I
so.
don't cringe it much, but I cringe it.
And then he looks at me and goes, "If I see that dude again, I see that chick again, I'll beat her like a man." But
Oh man.
his
It's
manager's like,
crazy, man. Like some of those spots it's
that was
just like
20.
it's everywhere. Like you gotta watch it in
That was
Brazil and
Roppongi, Japan. I heard that's the gnarliest part of Japan. And stuff
uh-huh.
like that. It's like the Amsterdam of Japan and stuff like that. So it was just from not doing drugs to that being the whole lifestyle and shit. And but
God, that's crazy, man.
after that, a monster was created. No,
Yeah.
it was from sober to like wow. Now the animal's fucking out of the cage.
It sounds like he needs to write a book.
Yeah, and that wouldn't do it justice. Yeah, there's been a few chapters I've witnessed in my life that are some of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
You gotta remind him of him. Yeah.
And
No,
you have
that Hickman Gracie book is one of my favorites. Breathe. Have you ever
oh
like
yeah,
want a good book to read?
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're into jujitsu, dude, it's fucking bad.
Yep. They took him under the wing because he was like I said, he was a wrestler first. Well, first time he fought, he was 17, so we saw him at the fight night at the forum. His dad had to sign a waiver and shit. No, the next fight and the first fight was a pro fight. We're like, and 30 seconds into it, the other dude's on his back, so we're just like, holy shit, Guess he was as good as we thought. Fucking. Hanging
Some of
out.
those guys are the best guys to hang out with, though, man.
Yeah.
Even if they, whatever their track record is or whatever, man, like they're just real motherfuckers. They don't.
Fucking, I was in Hermosa Beach at Scotty's at like 9 in the morning having a picture. All right, and it was a day of baseball, playoff baseball. So I was planning on drinking all day, and then Opie comes in and just got back from Nickelback, so he's taking everybody out, saying, "Hey, drinks on me." I just did Nickelback. They're going, "Who gives a
Nickelback
fuck?"
to it.
And then they're laughing. The bartender's laughing about Nickelback, and so we're just drinking, and then this guy, because I knew I was drinking that day, so I didn't drive. So my car was at the house. This guy was in a fight with his girlfriend, now his wife, came over, and she dropped him off and just drove away because she thought I was here. Well, I wasn't. And so he shows up at the bar with just shorts on, no shirt. I still got the shirt because I bought him a shirt for he could come in the bar and shit like that, hang out. And I'm talking shit to some 80-year-old man, some Philly fan. And I'm booing this old man, this Philly fan, because Dodgers are playing Phillies in the playoffs. And I'm all, boo, because he's wearing a Philly jersey. I'm all, boo. I'm in his face, Bobby. And my buddies like get mad at me. Well, if I was in Philadelphia, they'd be yelling at me if I wore a Dodger jersey. My friend's mad at me, so I'm going, you get the fuck out of here too. I bought you that shirt. You don't even you don't even have to be in here. Shut the fuck up. Get out. But we're friends. I could talk like that to him. And Opie starts being drunk and saying, "Yeah, get the fuck out," you know.
Yeah.
And so he's all, "I'm gonna beat the hell out of this guy,"
Yeah.
And Opie's all, "Let's go outside." And so Opie goes out first, and by the time we get out, because I'm like, "Don't do nothing to him." Opie's in his truck and like, "Oh," just driving by us and shit like that, real close. Act like he's gonna run into him. And he's sober, and he's like,
Damn.
"I'm gonna kill your buddy. I'm straight out gonna kill your friend." And then Opie's being dumb, and then it gets to a point where I get over to Opie in the truck and I say, "Opie, what the fuck?" And I get in and he drives away. Okay. Then we start to drive back to the house, and I'm like, "Opie, he's got to walk home, and he's gonna walk by my house, and he's sober, and we're gonna be there because we're drunk, dude. So let's go fix this." And let's go pick him up, dude. Let's make it right, dude. This ain't, we shouldn't be fighting with him. Let's just make it right before it gets out of hand. So he says, "Okay." We go back. I say, "Hey, get in the car." All right, just get in the truck and just get in. We're coming up the street and they're fighting, and I'm turned around holding this man back, big man, 6'5", 250, holding him back. And he's trying to just reach from the back to get Opie, from behind me to just get Opie. And Opie just like pawing at him and shit. And we get to the stop sign. Opie puts the truck in park, gets out, and in the back of his truck, he had a big Billy Baru, big orange hammer, one of those big orange hammers. And he picks it up and he comes around to the passenger side and to the back window right where the guy's at, and he swings that hammer, Bobby, right at the fucking window.
No.
like yeah, like he's fucking like a strong man.
Assault with a deadly weapon, shit, dude.
No, but then he stops. He stops right at the window. He stops right at the window, and my buddy, I'm holding him back. And I go, no, and I look behind me, Bobby. There's like 7 cars at the stop sign waiting to go. Like waiting to go. They're all watching us. Opie throws the fucking Billy back in the truck, jumps in the front seat, and now my friend's lunging at him real bad, to really get at him. Opie turns left, goes down the street full speed, tries to turn right at full speed. I'm backwards, holding this guy like this, right into a fucking tree. Come around the corner, and then Opie gets out, runs over to my house, opens the side gate, jumps over the fence, and runs away. And then my friend, the big guy, gets out of the truck and goes and chases him. And then Nicole, who lived here, her dog runs away down the street because they let the dog out. And I go fucking have to run after this goddamn dog because fucking they let the dog out. And I'm drunk and I'm like halfway down the street, tired. And I walk up and I find the dog at the crash scene with all these people around next to the tree and shit like that. And I get some kids got the dog and I give the kid $20 for finding the dog. I'm like, thanks, bro, fucking because I'm all
Like a movie script.
And then I walk all the way back home, and I get home, and they got Josh. All the cops got Josh out on my lawn, like at gunpoint. Because at this point, Josh has been doing Josh is kind of gnarly, because he's big and he beat people up. And so fucking they all got him at gunpoint, and I got the dog, and they're like, "Oh, put the dog down, put the dog down." I'm like, "Oh, no fucking way." I just fucking got $20 and 20 minutes chasing this goddamn dog, dude. And I go put the dog on the side of the house, and I close the gate, and the cop comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, Brandon, so what the fuck's going on? And tell me what the fuck's going on." But I don't do drunk talk. And I look at him, and it's my cousin's boyfriend.
Oh, no.
So just someone I know. And I said, "Well, if you don't do drunk talk, you're not fucking talking to me, dude, because I'm wasted." And shit like that. So fucking, all I can tell you is that man was chasing my buddy, and look at him. He's a big, scary man. And my friend got scared and ran the fuck away. That's it. That's it. What would you do if this big man was chasing you? They're like, was he drunk? I'm on, no. I was drunk. That's why he came to pick me up. And shit like that. Well, they're saying that he said he was drunk. I said, no, he's mad at him because he's fucking was talking shit. So fucking, it was one of those weird ass fucking days, dude. All the, all the cops were
Sounds
out.
like a horrible day, dude.
Oh, dude. It was great for a while, but the first, I was having a great day.
You were just minding your own business, dude. Like,
I was just drinking early in the morning, Bobby, and it was just 4 playoff baseball games. So I knew I was drinking all day, and I quit looking. So I was MIA. I was like, but that's awesome. Mimosa.
Yeah.
But Opie got a new truck. Opie did pretty good out of that one. He got a new truck out of that one. He did pretty good.
That's crazy, man. But crazy stories, dude. Like, I don't know. We have some crazy friends.
Oh yeah, we got definitely crazy friends, Bobby.
Yeah. I've seen some shit. I think you've probably seen way more.
No, I'm cursed with a good memory.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember a lot of the shit that people should forget. That's the problem.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen, like, on a show site? Have you ever seen guys go at it on a show site? Like,
well, I see the craziest thing was the act go wrong. That kind of was like, that really kind of fucked you up. You know what I mean? Like, it was America's Got Talent Extreme. And then some dude was doing a pretty gnarly stunt, and it didn't work out. And I thought for sure he would just died right in front of me, and shit like that, So that was kind of like, they'll shake you up a little bit, because we're always waiting for this motherfucker to finish so we can get the fuck out of there and go home. And then all of a sudden, it was some escape artist, okay, Bobby. So he was doing this for EGT Extreme, where he used 3 cranes simultaneously, maybe 4. I think it might have been 3 cranes. So he had a crane holding him upside down in a straitjacket. Then he had 2 other cranes holding cars, like he's in the middle, and he's got 2 cars like this being held back and shit like that. So if he doesn't release himself, those fucking things come where he's at in the middle there.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. And below him is a fucking, a big old 20 by 20 at least bag, airbag, and he's probably 30, 40 feet up in the air. It's like that. And the whole gag, there's no engine in it, but Gem Effects puts all their pyro in there. So they blow that thing up like it's a 4th of July, like it's got a lot of pyro. So when the cars go together, boom, and I really wasn't sure of the gag, for sure what he did, how he got out of it, what the whole thing was. So we're watching him do it, and he's struggling. I think that was part of it. I don't know if it's part of it or not. So he's got a quick release. He's supposed to hit the quick release. Or the crane's supposed to pull him up out of the way. Or he hits a quick release or something like that. He's got problems. So motherfucker's struggling. And he's still struggling, and you hear the fucking cars go, like a boom. Because that means the cars are coming. So now the cars are coming at this motherfucker. And he's just right there, Bobby. And
oh shit.
So the crane, I don't know, something what happens. Well, it looked like the crane operator started to pull him up. Okay. And he was panicking because he's going up for by his feet, reaching up by his feet to get the quick release. So the fucking crane's pulling him up out of the way. He hits a quick release and it drops him right into the middle of those fucking where the cars come together. So he's getting, they're about to clear him out of the way. They're going to clear him with a crane, and then he quick releases right back into it. And then the cars go like this, boom, and just hit him right in the middle, and the thing blows up. My first thought was, Bobby, that's magic, because I didn't see him no more. I was like, oh wow, because I thought it was a magic trick. I just thought it was, the guy's gone. He's gone. The big old spark and the motherfucker's gone. Okay, but then
so it was scripted, is what you were thinking.
And I thought it was magic. I just watched, but then I saw it looked like a whale spit out a Tic Tac, and this thing went, and it was his body getting hurled sideways, and he missed the fucking whole airbag and landed on the fucking in the field. Just bounced like a fucking frisbee, just bounced in the field. And shit like that. And what it was just fucking the cars hit him, and then blew up, and then spit him out, and then just lay there, ragdolled him.
That's a bad day at work, dude.
And we're watching it, and then fucking they bring the air for Flight for Life and all that kind of shit in to take him out.
Did they ever show that on film?
No, they got it on YouTube. I think there was a thing on YouTube.
Oh damn!
On YouTube, because you weren't supposed to be filming. Dude, I had one of the best angles, Bobby, because I was just, what was going on that night? The Dodgers were playing the Giants in the playoff, and I am watching the Dodgers Giants game, score update on my phone. And shit like that, because the Dodgers are playing Game 5 against the Giants in that playoffs that year, and shit like that. Fucking the year the Braves won the World Series, and shit like that. So if I can just sit there trying to watch the game, going hurry up, motherfucker, just finish your rehearsal before we could. We had to put all the lights out in the field in scissor lifts, so we just had to fucking wait for them to be done and drop the scissor lifts and drop all the boom lifts with the lights on them. And shit like that. And then that happened. We were there for 4 more hours because they had to bring in OSHA, and then. One of the weird parts was back at the hotel, all the production ladies were walking a dog around the lot. We had a smoking section where we smoked a lot of weed in the back of this fucking Residence Inn. And that the production people came by walking the dog around. We're like, oh, and I'm like, I miss my dog. It's been a while on a job site. And we found out it was the guy's dog because he was from Britain. So he brought his dog.
Oh, no.
And so he brought his wife and his dog, but the wife was at the hospital, so no one watched the dog. So the dog got on my lap. It was I was hanging out with the dog more that night and shit like that, So I was kind of just, it's kind of this.
Did the guy live?
Yeah, Bobby.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he did because, it hit him he got lucky. It hit him on the lower half. So it pulverized him on the lower half. So it didn't hit him organ-wise, but it fucked him up down there. Just to two meat fucking things went into that because they kept doing these cars like this. They kept crashing them together, and they had a couple more replacements for the real trick the next day. You know what I mean? So these cars had been crushed together a few times, so they were all gnarled. You know what I mean? All the steel was pretty gnarled.
So that's even worse.
Yeah, that's what got him. Because when he was dropping back down, it just got him like that. And it's on the side. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. I'll never forget. It was actually my kid was being born too. We were doing the Spike Scream Awards. I don't. You remember doing any of those gigs? And we were at was it the Greek Theater?
The Greek Theater.
Yeah, and I didn't do too many TV shows. Like it was one of the shows that I got to go out and do with you. I started doing a little bit more because I was home because the wife was having trouble with the pregnancy, right? And they were doing the Spike Scream Awards were horror movie awards, right? I think.
Yep. For
Yeah,
Spike TV.
it's Spike TV. Yeah, and I'll never, dude. This is still burned in my mind. They had
That fire,
like they had
fire,
all
the door
kinds of,
fire.
yeah. So they brought this girl out like a burn the witch thing, right?
I got that on video still, Bobby.
You do?
On one of my
Damn, dude.
cameras. I got that on one of my cameras, Bobby. I could get that. Oh yeah, me and you there. We were there together that night.
I don't need to see it again, dude. That shit
Her
fucked
hair,
me
her
up.
hair. Ah.
Well, I mean, nothing happened to her. Like that was
No.
all kind of part of the gag, but just hearing her like blood curdling scream, and I
Scream like
remember the
Bernie.
pyro guys like talking to her, and they were like, "Okay, the safe word is just stop screaming and stop moving if you're on fire." I was like, "Wait a minute, is this real or not?" Like your brain is playing fucking tricks on you.
That was
Dude.
already that girl that did that night.
Yeah,
She did it a few times. It was pretty badass, dude.
yeah, that was wild, dude. I'll
Dude,
never forget that.
the union just had a electrician fall to his death this week,
Really?
Monday.
No way.
CBS Radford. They were
Oh,
working on Wonder Man or Wonder Woman spinoff, but someone that that's known in the 728. Not sure what happened. Heard something about a board or something being loose or missing. CBS Radford, like where Radford is and stuff.
yeah,
The big parking garage, the very first studio, and his name was Spike.
really.
Juan Carlos Osorio Spike. Yeah,
Oh, damn,
his
dude.
wife was a boom mic op and stuff in the industry, and so, yeah, but just 41.
Oh,
So yeah, that was Monday, and I think it was the first one we've had in the studio for a while.
wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that just happened.
Yeah, you never know, man. Like I know well God, probably 5 or 6 guys that have fallen to their death now, that I still have their phone numbers in my phone. I won't erase them. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy, man. Like you never know. Like especially when you start fucking around with that and the hours that guys work and like I even think about like some of the close calls that I've had just even working on some of those TV shows. What was that $1 Million Drop TV show or something that we were doing?
Yeah, that one was
Video,
gnarly.
and we were just like under the gun and throwing deck. And
There's been a few, Bobby.
yeah,
There've been hinky.
yeah,
Yeah, there's been a few that are just not safe, but we just did it.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. No, it's just like it's kind of the unspoken word. Just get the job done, like. And I hate to say that, but
I'd hate when the safety guy go like, "How do you do the safety mode?" You tell me. You tell me. I don't know. Fucking how to do it. I'm like, I don't know. There's no safe way. I don't know.
yeah, no, but I hate for anybody to like seriously get injured or lose their life, man. At just going to work, you're just fucking trying to earn a dollar,
Just
like
get hurt. In any way. What's the fucking point, right?
yeah,
Not for that.
no, hell no. No, we've built some crazy stuff too along the, like well, even that Dancing with the Stars huge steel set. I mean, that's no joke.
Dude, yeah. That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was gnarly. Especially the first time you did it, dude. I had no fucking clue what you guys did. I was like, how the fuck did you figure that out? I remember you had those like 3-foot beams set up, like, the little sample ones in the shop. You were testing them on and shit. And I was just like, thank God, dude.
Yeah.
That it didn't really have to do that. You know what I mean? But I ended up doing it like every year. After that, I was like, well, Bobby's on this one with this other guy. Oh my God, I'm glad I don't have to do this. And then all of a sudden I was
Yeah.
like, well, you're going to go. And then I was like, Bob, no one's coming back. I'm like, what do you mean? No one's coming back, you assholes.
That was something that I was like mandated to do that I did not want to do. I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
I had to get on them all over them. To like Bobby's drawings. You need to do the ones Bobby did by the page sheet. And it said he did it right. You guys fucked up because they fucked it up the next time. I'm all, whatever you guys did it wrong. Do it this way, the way Bobby did it, because that's fucked
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you had the best
Yeah,
work.
no, it's crazy, man. Like the engineers will just sign off on some stuff. And like, if you don't test it all or actually look at what they're doing, there's been times where it's like, hey, how is this going to work? Like You can't
Well, we didn't think
physically
about
build
that
it.
part. We just thought about the structural part.
Yeah.
You don't think about how you're going to build it. We just think about what it is when it's drawn.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I got a big card show Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm hoping
Yeah. Tell me what's going on with that, dude. That's pretty cool. Like,
Burbank's got a Burbank card show. He's a big guy out here, but he's
uh-huh.
doing a convention at the Ontario Convention Center, which is, for me, it's kind of far, 45 minutes. But it's a good chance that there's a lot of people that would be around here from the East Coast, Midwest, you know, just to go put a face to it, and get rid of some product and stuff. So
Nice.
I'm just gonna. I've been me and Beardo. You know what I mean? We're not like normal collectors. We're not just trying to like get it and turn it all real quick. We got some serious like attachment issues. And hoarder things going on. You know what I mean? Certain things we
Right.
like to keep. He believe me, he wants to keep a shitty ass Raider card. Most of the time he wants. Okay, like most of the time, like
Well, I get it. Like, I get all stoked when my kid pulls like a Broncos card. I'm like, oh, that's John Elway. Fucking, he's like, yeah, it ain't worth nothing.
he's always giving me like Bo Jacksons,
Right? Hell yeah.
Marcus Allen's.
Yeah.
But I'll take the classic Raiders that I remember growing up and liking that actually won and shit like that. So
So what's some of the cards that you're gonna have out there for sale and stuff? And like,
Bobby, I'm taking some big ones, Bobby.
yeah,
We got some set aside over here. We're going kind of crazy this one, Bobby.
that's awesome, man.
Let me see.
Dude, you have the perfect little studio, man. It's cool. You should start a like a card podcast or something, or a Grateful Dead podcast or some shit. Oh,
It's,
damn.
it's an old school mantle.
Yeah.
I bought that when I was a kid, Bobby. I bought that in '85, probably. And that was a
That's cool.
kid. There's one I fucking got recently, not too recently. Another man. Just gonna take some mantles and see what I can move into.
Yeah.
This one's a 33, 1933.
Whoa.
Yeah, so just just something different,
That's cool.
than some newer shit. Luca's playing good right now, so I'm gonna just get rid of Luca because I don't care about Luca. And I might try to get rid of like a Kobe.
Okay.
Just I got a few Kobe's, so I might just let a couple Kobe's go
Nice.
to the masses. No, I got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff. I've probably been pricing like probably about 400 cards that work lately.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good thing about work. I was able to like go to work and take my cards into the shop, into work, not shop, but the job,
The
and
studio, yeah.
and just grade cards all day and just sit there. Like if they'd come in to like look at us for work and be like, "Oh, just a stack of cards," like and stuff, and it'd be like, "What?" I was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That's
All I do is
awesome,
like,
man. So you're doing that with a couple other guys too that have their collections? Like, you guys have a booth or something?
there's some guys from The Voice, the painter from The Voice, John Means,
Nice.
video guy or lighting guy, McAdams, that is from The Voice also, and a couple other guys. Yeah, there's Matt Shaw that was at CBS. That would always be the lighting
Yeah.
electrician, the big Matt Shaw. He's boss chief on Instagram. He does stuff too. So there's probably 5 or 6 of us,
Nice.
that do it in the industry, and so we're all kind of we all pitch in on a table. So we're gonna split days, take some of our stuff, so that way I'll get a day or two to just kind of just get rid of shit, not have to spend. It's like 600 a table, I think.
Okay.
So I think 4 of us pitch in. We're gonna
Nice.
do
When does that start?
Thursday,
Oh,
Thursday,
okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a big one. There's 4 days.
So that's like the 14th, 15th, 16th, something like that, I
I
think,
think
of
so.
February.
We're on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna do that and just see how it goes down there. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Get out there, just go get cash, stuff like
That's
that.
awesome, man.
Try to get a big old wad of cash, stuff like that. So, and
Hell
then
yeah.
buy more.
Then you can buy more cards.
I'll try. I'll try to pay bills and then live good for a little while and shit.
Yeah.
But because I'm just getting to hoard too much, Bobby. If you could just okay.
Holy smokes, those are all cards?
Yeah, and it's just
Damn, dude.
they're just getting to be. Yeah, I'm getting too much of shit just laying around, Bobby. Like
Yeah.
shit just fucking all over the place. I gotta fucking go through. So and those are just containers of fucking cards. I gotta fucking
Wow.
yeah, just and I got a whole shitload in the car that I haven't taken out from fucking doing them at work the other day. Which I got so
That's awesome, man. Well, go
probably
check.
priced about like $85,000 in cards the last few days.
If you're in the LA area, go check out Brandon. Do you guys have your table number or anything yet? Do you know?
Oh, I don't yet. We're getting it. Jeez, I'm getting it tomorrow because
Okay.
the guy that I'm doing it with, he was in Vegas and stuff like that. So
Well, shoot
he,
me a text. We'll post it on Instagram or something too, and just see if you know.
hell yeah, I'll do
Post
that.
on the Already Instagram and take a photo, tag us in it or some shit. We'll
Hell yeah,
fucking
dude. Thanks for doing this for me, Bobby.
yeah, man. It's been awesome, dude. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, this was always good hanging out with you, dude. I had a blast recording the Mountainside podcast with you
Oh, that
when
was
you came
great.
to Colorado and hung
Oh,
out in the studio with me. So like, go and listen to that if
there's
you're
a
into
Mountainside
it.
podcast sticker on this wall too.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's super rad,
that's
dude.
for sure.
Thank you.
I know I got one in here on there, and I know I got one in my bedroom too.
Fuck
'Cause I
yeah.
have, like, in my bedroom, I have all my national parks, baseball team, all the like my travel sticker, like on the wall. But this one out here, it's kind of like I know this one's temporary, so I put that one on last time.
Nice, dude. That's
Give me a
awesome.
few. All right. Well, thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it. It's good seeing you.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right, Bobby. Take care, bud. Love you.
Yeah. Love you too, brother.